put them in the right place. So a lot of times I'll put a ratchet, hook them up with chains, so I'm pulling in the direction that I want it to fall.
My adrenaline is just going crazy.
Literally, I don't know why. It could be divorce, COVID, and dropping a tree on the house. But
Robyn's rant about the other moms is truly something else. Meri's sitting there, clearly upset, talking about how she stopped decorating her house because no one came to enjoy it. She was so lonely in Flagstaff, and Christine and Janelle, being the decent people they are, recognized that Meri's decorations were her way of expressing herself and showing love. They understood it. Meanwhile, Robyn, she's out here blaming the other moms for not holding on to the traditions that mattered to the younger kids. Which younger kids, Robyn? Meri's kid is grown and gone. Janelle and Christine only have one preteen left at home. The only one with young kids who could have visited Meri was you, Robyn. But did Robyn do that? No. She didn't bother to call Meri, didn't reach out, didn't make plans. She completely abandoned Meri in that house while Meri followed her, yes, Robyn's, strict COVID protocols. And now Robyn has the nerve to blame everyone else. It's beyond frustrating and honestly disgusting. Let's not forget Robyn. The whole point of parenting is to raise your kids to eventually leave the nest and live their own lives. You're not supposed to coddle them forever. Let them grow up. The goal is not to keep them in a perpetual state of infancy. What I really respect about Christine and Janelle, though, is that despite their own lack of a relationship with Meri, they can still be gracious toward her. They spoke so sweetly about Meri's holiday decor, acknowledging her efforts and the meaning behind them. If it weren't for Kody constantly playing the wives against each other, I truly believe the OG3 could have had a better relationship. And I can't help but wonder how things would have been different if Meri hadn't struggled with infertility. A lot of the tension between the wives, especially before Robyn came into the picture, probably stemmed from Meri's emotional turmoil about having kids when she couldn't. Meanwhile, Kody was likely fueling the divide, which explains the rocky relationship between them. I know a lot of people don't like Meri, but I honestly just see a woman who's been hurting, and no one's really been there for her. And as if that wasn't enough, Robyn even blamed the older kids, those who've grown up, have families of their own, and moved away. When your kids get older and the family dynamics shift, you step up as the parent. You keep the traditions alive by putting up decorations, making the food, and creating an environment that makes them want to come back. It's not on the kids to organize a family Christmas in a place that feels cold and uncomfortable. That's your job, Robyn. You're the parent. But no, Robyn's too busy throwing shade at the OG3, and honestly, I'm over it. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Did anyone else's brain nearly explode, or was it just mine? Because when Kody casually said he wouldn't sacrifice his relationship with Robyn for his kids, I nearly lost it. Who exactly asked him to choose between the two? Does this man-child seriously not grasp that he could have both with, oh, I don't know, a teeny bit of effort? But clearly he couldn't care less. He's too busy being an idiot to figure that out. Then, towards the end of the wedding dance, when the kids were all freestyle dancing, one of them said it felt like the old Brown family gatherings. And all I could think was, yeah, I bet that's because it was fun without Kody and Sobin around. They were clearly having a blast without the constant chaos they bring. Honestly, it just breaks my heart for the kids. Having to watch their father say something so unnecessarily hurtful in front of the whole world? That's gotta sting. It's just cruel and so completely uncalled for. Robyn is absolutely insufferable. I hope Christine and David can be happy. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, how gracious of her. Could she have found a more passive-aggressive, woe is me way to say congratulations? Honestly, it would have been more sincere if she just said, congratulations, or better yet, I have nothing to say. But of course, that's too straightforward for her. No, she and Kody are perfect for each other, and I'm sure they'll live happily ever after in their little bubble of narcissism. Meanwhile, Meri and Janelle? Well, I hope they do whatever they need to do to get their fair share of everything. At least they're done dealing with those two and aren't miserable, bitter people. But anyway, rant over. And of course, Robyn's now playing the victim card. I didn't expect to be invited. We're the outcasts now. Classic move, right? She loves that role. Oh, and here's the kicker. Did David Preston Jessup get invited to the Kody and Robyn wedding? Nope, because, he's your ex-husband, and inviting your ex to your wedding is generally not something people do, unless they're living in a reality show where logic and decency are optional. Robyn is absolutely choking with jealousy over Christine. It's so obvious. Robyn loved how Kody favored her over Christine. She enjoyed making Christine feel small and inferior, especially since Christine was so adored by the kids. The kids genuinely loved being around her because she's fun, loving, and real. Everything Robyn isn't. Robyn can't even fake it. And now, Christine is head over heels in love with a real man, a kind, generous, thoughtful man who puts her first and makes her feel beautiful. Meanwhile, Robyn's stuck with Kody, a selfish, immature, lazy excuse of a man who cares about his hair more than anyone else. Congrats, Robyn. You got exactly what you deserve. I couldn't help but laugh when Robyn and Kody acted all shocked they weren't invited to Christine's wedding. Seriously, how would that conversation go? This is my ex-husband and ex-sister wife who disrespected our marriage from day one. Oh, and she's the one who alienated Kody from 13 of his 15 kids. And just to add some flair, she's the sister wife who lived in $1 million house while Janelle lived in a trailer. Yeah, I'm sure that invite is totally in the mail. Okay, buckle up, because I'm about to unload my frustration with Season 19. And if you're easily offended, you might want to keep your distance. First off, I'm really sorry, but I just can't deal with this show anymore. The middle of the season already lost me, but now I'm officially done. It's like they're actively trying to drive me insane. I mean, seriously, we've already seen Christine's wedding. They did a whole special on it. And now they're dragging it out again with every minute detail about the dress, the venue, all of it, knowing full well this wedding happened years ago. Meanwhile, there's a literal tragedy unfolding, and we're stuck in the past with this endless recap. What are we doing? Look, I'm sure the producers invested a ton of time and energy into filming her wedding, but honestly, at this point, and yes, I'm being a little selfish here, this is not why I'm tuning in week after week. A few episodes dedicated to her wedding, fine, I get it, but we're on episode 17 and so far, all we've seen is Janelle eyeing property, which, spoiler alert, she wasn't going to buy because she already got a place in North Carolina. Christine's wedding rehashed in 16 episodes, and no real updates on what's actually happening right now. Where's the stuff we actually care about? Like Tata Farms, the fallout from Garrison's tragic situation, the courtroom drama, the resolution of the property mess? I'm honestly just so exhausted watching a show that's 2 years behind because the producers are milking every last detail in hindsight. Enough already. I'm not exactly shedding tears over watching the wedding again. I was just as annoyed as the rest of the Sister Wives fans when it kept airing. But honestly, I'm kind of glad I gave it another shot. This time, I paid more attention to how everyone's reactions to Christine's wedding were, specifically how different they were from Meri's and Janelle's compared to Robyn's. Janelle? Total ride or die for Christine. You can just feel how much she loves her, especially in how genuinely happy she seemed for her. Meri? Surprisingly gracious, answering the producer's questions with a polite, "Oh, that's nice." Robyn, though, let's just say she was clearly auditioning for a snarky reality TV villain, throwing out some passive-aggressive gems. As much as I'm ready for new content, I didn't mind revisiting this episode. Though, seriously, the whole tree thing, ridiculous. Kody was like a manic whirlwind, darting around with his chainsaw, chopping down trees like a kid in a toy store. It was pure chaos. And then there's Robyn, pointing out his true nature with a little reality check, telling him he can only cut down one tree at a time, and that maybe, just maybe, it would be nice if he could actually clean up his mess before 6 months pass. Kind of like how the broken deck is still a charming feature in their real estate photos. It's a perfect snapshot of Kody's lack of follow-through. And let's talk about his pure, unfiltered jealousy when he missed the wedding. Classic Kody move. Hey guys, film me running up this hill. Anything to make sure the spotlight doesn't fall on anyone else for even a second. Honestly, I almost hope Robyn leaves him at this point. Then, when Robyn casually mentions that one of the trees he cut down actually hit the house, and she's standing out there while he's chopping down another one. Pure insanity. What could possibly go wrong? Kody's always racing around, acting like he's juggling a million things, but in reality, it's all just smoke and mirrors. I had an ex like that, always busy, never finishing a thing. He'd start putting in new flooring and leave the baseboards abandoned, hang new doors and forget the trim, tear down a storage building and leave the scraps all over. Sound familiar? Because Kody's got that same vibe. I mean, selling the house with ungrouted tile by the fireplace and a deck that looks like it's about to collapse. That's his idea of taking care of things. No wonder the OG3 had to take charge of everything themselves. They had no choice. And Pristine? She casually mentions how when she brings up something she'd like done, David jumps on it immediately. Not even a hesitation. Meanwhile, Kody's over there, procrastinating like it's his full-time job. I don't think it was a direct jab at him, but it sure did sound like a sigh of relief. The classic Kody move. I won't cut off Robyn to have a relationship with my kids. Who exactly is asking you to do that, Kody? I haven't heard anyone say, hey, you have to choose between us and Robyn. In fact, it's kind of confusing. What Kody doesn't seem to grasp is that there's a difference between being asked to keep Robyn out of a relationship and cutting her off entirely. It's not like anyone's demanding he dump her. Maybe some of the kids have just expressed, I want to see you, but I'd rather not have Robyn tagging along every time. Simple enough, right? And honestly, Kody using coronavirus as his get-out-of-jail-free card was a real masterpiece of weak excuses. He didn't want to be with his other kids. He just wanted to hang out with Robyn and her kids. He wasn't interested in going to Isabel's surgery in New Jersey or even paying for it. No, he was much happier tucked away in his hilltop mansion, playing happy family with 2 adorable little ones. Let's be real, Kody made it all about coronavirus because it was really all about Robyn. If he truly wanted to spend time with his other kids, he could have made it happen. It's not like he had a shortage of options, but no, he chose his cozy little world with Robyn. Blaming her is easy, but as a parent, I'd never let a partner get between me and my kids. It's not a competition. Yeah, you deal with problems, but you don't just shut people out. That's all on Kody. Kody outshining the groom. Oh, that was a comedy gold moment. I haven't even finished last night's episode yet, but here we are, 10 minutes in, and Kody's already proving he's a textbook narcissist. Take his little monologue about Christine's wedding, where he casually mentions the Brown family mosh pit, which, of course, he has to remind everyone he started. Then he says it's probably for the best he wasn't invited because, he would have totally outdanced the groom. Everything is about him. He just can't let anyone else have the spotlight. It's almost like watching a real-life version of Bo Burnham's Art is Dead, especially the lyrics. Have you ever been to a birthday party for children? And one of the children won't stop screaming, 'cause he's just a little attention attractor. When he grows up to be a comic or actor, he'll be rewarded for never maturing. for never understanding or learning that every day can't be about him. Kody? Yep, that's him in a nutshell. Another classic moment with Kody and Robyn, because we all know how totally authentic their interactions always are, right? Let's break this down. Kody, the self-proclaimed tree-cutting wizard, is the guy who's totally slayed 1,000 trees, according to him, somehow managed to look utterly inept while attempting to chop down one single tree. Not only was he clearly clueless, but he was also absolutely losing it, acting like a maniac with zero concern for his or Robyn's safety. And Robyn, she's standing right there, screaming in panic, which is a surefire sign she's never seen him handle an axe before. Kinda like that time he had no clue how to play Jenga during family game night. You'd think if they played so often, he'd know the rules, but nope. Honestly, I think production is really pulling some sneaky moves this season. Robyn and Kody probably thought they were being oh so clever while filming, but the final edit totally served them up. Kody, the textbook narcissist, is probably watching himself and thinking, wow, this is some top-tier Hollywood material right here. Spoiler, it's not. Kody, now that I'm a monogamist, my wife gets to make the rules. Oh really? Newsflash, Kody, the real reason you're a monogamist is because Robyn has always been the one calling the shots since she joined the group. Honestly, I'm not sure what being a monogamist has to do with making the rules. Did Robyn set the no steamy moments with Meri rule when Kody decided to help her move? Because if she did, it seems like that rule didn't exactly apply when Kody shared a charged moment with Meri in the trailer. The mood shifted fast when Robyn appeared with her ridiculously pointless gift. Nice try, Robyn. That little comment of Kody's really sums up the entire dynamic of how polygamy works for him. The pattern is clear, he does whatever he wants, and if anyone dares to object, he'll just hop on over to the next wife's house, where his behavior is likely to be accepted without question. Now, though, he doesn't have that luxury anymore. He's stuck with one wife, and guess what? He actually has to compromise if he wants to keep this marriage going. But after 30 years of acting like a spoiled, overgrown child, that's going to take some serious work. Case in point, watching him frantically try to chop down a tree. It's like watching a drug addict try to detox. He's desperate for attention, and it's getting harder for him to get his fix. I think that I shall never see Kody, oh Kody. That man's chopping skills are truly something to behold. For someone who claims he's cut down at least 1,000 trees, a number I'm really struggling to believe, his technique is abysmal. Honestly, unless you're a professional lumberjack or clearing a vast stretch of land, there's no way you've chopped that many trees. It's not like you're whacking away at wood every day. But sure, Kody, we'll take your word for it. Watching him work was like witnessing a toddler with a chainsaw. The guy's not exactly a mastermind. There he was, rushing around like a headless chicken, totally uncoordinated. Remember when he bolted up that hill, then jumped to knock the ladder down instead of, oh, I don't know, just using a stool or something to grab it like a normal person? Genius move, Kody. And let's not forget the opening episode, where Kody proudly talks about wanting to take down a tree, and Logan straight up mocks him, pointing out that Kody still hasn't finished the trees he started chopping. Guess you can't rush greatness, or in Kody's case, you really shouldn't try. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.